Alright guys, today we've got the 2017 Honda CRF250 Rally. I'll do a quick walk around, go over some of the specs on it, and then kind of break down some of the differences between the CRF250L and the CRF250 Rally. What we'll start with up front, as far as brakes go, it's got a single floating 296mm front disc with a twin piston caliper. As far as tires go, it's got a 3x21 up front and a 120x80/18 in the rear. 43mm inverted front forks. And this headlight and windshield setup is, of course, one of the big differences you see first from the Rally and the 250L, as well as some of these plastics you'll see covering the engine. And speaking of engine, it is the same 250cc engine used in the CRF250L, which received a few upgrades for 2017 across the board for both models. Had a 2mm bigger throttle body, revised airbox, and a larger exhaust header pipe too. And out rear, it's got a ProLink single shock setup with 9.4 inches of travel. The only thing that kind of irks me on this bike, maybe a little bit of my OCD-ness kicking in, but if you look at this seat, it's a different color than the decal on the tail, and then also a different color to what's on the plastics up front. Some people, you may not notice it, but hopefully in the 4K it kind of shows the difference there. And this model is right at $58.99 compared to the 250L, which comes in at $51.49. It's had a slight price increase for 2017. And a touch on the engine a little bit more. Had a little bit of an increase right at 24 horsepower this year at 8,500 RPMs and 16.7 foot-pounds of torque at 6,750 RPM. The same 6-speed transmission shared between the Rally and the 250L. And the Rally does have a little bit bigger fuel tank. It's right at 2.7 gallons. And the gauge cluster was revised for 2017 on both the L and the Rally to give you a few more extra features as far as the tachometer goes. And you also get handguards from the factory, which the L doesn't have. There's a little bit better shot of the floating front rotor. And if you want to see even more detailed specs on it, stripped down to the frame, all that good stuff, I've got a review over on HondaPro which breaks down the differences between the two models even more. It does have a 35.2-inch seat height. It's just a little bit taller than the L, right at a 57.3-inch wheelbase. And while we do a quick walk around and go over again just the differences when it comes to the specs. 296mm front disc compared to 256 on the 250L. 10 inches of ground clearance on the Rally versus 10.6 inches on the 250L. 57.3 inch versus 56.9 inch wheelbase difference. Seat height on the Rally is 35.2 versus 34.4 on the 250L. 2.7 gallon fuel tank versus 2.1 gallon fuel tank. And in the rear, the Rally's got 10.3 inches of suspension travel versus 9.4. And you do have two model options or variations to choose from on the Rally this year. You have this model, and then you have the ABS model as well, which is an additional $300, which puts you right at $61.99 as far as MSRP goes. If you guys have any questions on it, just comment below, and thanks again guys for checking out the video. If you would, hit that like button and subscribe. New videos every week, and those likes always help get the videos up near the top. Thanks again guys.